Hey guys, Ken Kaplan here from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and this is the crown jewel of the Kawasaki Enduro collection. This is the F11, the best and first year of the F11. This particular model is what caused Yamaha to completely redesign their DT models because they were kind of outdated when this came out. And this is a one-owner bike. This came from the Piper family out of Pennsylvania. Dale Piper, his dad, owned this bike since it was brand new. So he knows the complete history of it. It even has the original stickers, the DID stickers on the rims, and it's in absolutely perfect condition, mechanically and cosmetically. It's cosmetically 100% original. It's original paint on the tank and fenders. It has a Kawasaki aftermarket luggage rack, that an OEM Kawasaki accessory catalog luggage rack for the F11, which is a really rare piece. And look at the chrome on this thing. Dale took it off, and after 20 or 30 years, the original chrome was kind of crummy on it, so he sent it out
with the fender.
Yeah,
just like
yeah. That rack is pretty much priceless. He sent it out and had it professionally re-chromed. I think it cost him a couple $100 to have that done. The upholstery on the original seat is in mint condition. The original factory paint shines like new. It's got a little patina on it, but heck, it's a 50-year-old bike. It's supposed to. Only 2,981 miles on it. It's just been completely gone through by our dirt bike wizards here at the New England Motorcycle Museum. It's original right down to the grips. The mirrors, I believe, are the originals. The levers are original. The gauges are in mint shape, as is the whole entire bike in excellent original condition. We did put a brand new chain on it, and it's got new sprockets on it. So new chain and sprockets and brand new tires on it. The original tires were not worn out, but they were starting to crack and check, as you would expect a 50-year-old set of rubber tires to do. The original exhaust is in mint condition. We have a Torque Engineering aftermarket pipe that's in our parts inventory now. If you wanted to buy the racing pipe that we have for this, just click the Buy It Now button. That's included. It's a $400 pipe. If it sells for anything less than the Buy It Now, we're going to sell the pipe separately. So again, go over the bike front to back, check it out. Everything works beautifully on the bike. The only thing that doesn't work right now are the turn signals. The turn signals are not connected or working right now. So, I'm not sure if that, I didn't look at it myself, but the tech told me the turn signals don't work. So I think it needs a new flasher or something, but I don't really know.
Yeah, exactly that. So they were disconnected.
But they're obviously still there and mounted in cosmetically great shape, as are the bars. The bars are perfectly straight. I don't think the bike's ever been crashed. The other item that's brand new is when Dale sent this to us, he had a brand new set of NOS rubber pegs in the box still. So we put the pegs on here.
Those are NOS?
Yeah, those are NOS. I don't even know where you'd find a set of 50-year-old rubber pegs, but they're brand new. And Dale's like, listen, the original pegs are a little worn from, the rubber. They're starting to check a little bit. So brand new set of NOS pegs. So it has the original factory chain guide and chain protector on here. All the hardware, those are the bolts for the exhaust system. These look like brand new. The pipe has no rust on it anywhere. The pipe's been recently repainted, and it went through our service department, again, top to bottom. They cleaned out the gas tank with bicarbonate sodium blasting, and then it was cleaned with metal rescue. The fuel petcock is a brand new fuel petcock. It's got brand new fuel line on here. The carburetor was completely rebuilt, dismantled and rebuilt. A new air filter was installed, new battery, and they went through it top to bottom, and it does have a new set of tires. So I've seen these over at Mid-Ohio, restored one selling for $7,000. I would value this higher than a restored model, because this is not one that's been run through the mill and been reconditioned. This is 100% original.
We've seen some junk bikes get restored, and oftentimes restoration specialists aren't the best mechanically. So those two do not go hand in hand. When you find a bike that's original, it tells us this is a factory paint.
Sometimes the restored ones, I hate to use this phrase, but it's appropriate, lipstick on a pig. That's not the case here. This is a one-owner bike. Dale's dad owned it since it was new. When he passed away, Dale inherited it, and then he sold it to us. Dale's one of the benefactors of the New England Motorcycle Museum. He's gone out of his way to help us out with procuring motorcycles. Look underneath the seat here. This looks like an NOS seat, like it just came out of the box. It's not an NOS seat. That's the original seat, okay? So the paint is nice on it. It has the original plastic package that your registration will go under. You even put a little foam strap on here so it wouldn't scratch the inner fender. Just stunning, the condition.
Thank you to Dale for preserving this.
Yeah, Dale, for all of Dale's bikes were primo. And this one we saved the best for last, in my opinion. Dale told me that there's a couple of guys that are kind of pissed off at him for letting us, for him giving it to us, but he had some friends that wanted to buy the bike, but he's trying to help out the museum, and you know, he really did us right by letting us selling us the bike at a low cost, so we could sell it, resell it, and hopefully generate some profit for the museum. As you can see, looking around here, there's a lot of overhead. Our electric bill and heat bill was $7,000 for January alone. So, and the property taxes and the mortgage, it's a lot of overhead to run a museum like this. Definitely a labor of love. I've never made a penny off of this project, and I've invested every red cent I ever made, literally $6.5 million in the project. So
we currently don't have an F11 on display here in the museum. So we invite the new owner of this bike to leave it on display for as long as they like. We'll maintain it for free. Actually, at the buy it now price, we will drain the fluids from the bike.
Inside of the tank looks brand new.
Yeah, it's very. At the buy it now price, we'll drain the fluids on the bike, and you can leave it here for as long as you like. We'll send you a museum loan agreement, and when you're ready to have it shipped, we'll help you find a shipper, get it shipped out to you quickly.
Again, she's 100% original, except for the chrome on the rack, which Dale had done, and a brand new set of tires and tubes and chains and sprockets. They weren't worn out, but they were cosmetically, you know, a 50-year-old chain. The new one looks brand new, of course. The engine's stunning on this bike. There is a little patina on the graphics. You can see a little bit of fading here, as is normal for a 50-year-old Japanese or any brand paint job. There's a little scratch on the side of the tank. Come on over here, I'll show you. This side of the tank is beautiful, but come around this side here, there's one tiny little scratch right there, and then on this side over here,
yeah, I showed them that a little.
Yeah, I told the tech, do not touch that up, leave it.
Yeah,
if somebody wants to get a matching professional match paint code from Color Right and touch that up, that's up to them, but I wanted the paint original. So, and she runs as good as she looks. She's a little screamer, little 252 stroke, plenty of power to haul passenger, and it's got buddy pegs on it already. And again, this was the crown jewel of the Japanese Enduro lineup in 1973. This put a big chunk in Yamaha sales, and that's why Yamaha redesigned it. So just a beautiful bike, and runs as good as it looks, like I said. First kick. Too nice to take outside and ride in the sandy roads. Let's take it for a little ride through the museum. All 5 gears work like brand new, as does the brake and the clutch. Brand new, because it is basically like brand new. It's got no miles on it. 2,900 miles. Even the chrome, all the chrome, the original chrome looks great. The gauges are clear like they just came out of the box, brand new. Good luck finding a nicer one. Honestly, I don't think you will. I got all the paperwork right here. Go over with you. 46 years. This bike's been in Dale's family since he was just a baby, and she's beautiful. The chrome on the forks, no pitting on the chrome. Usually these are all pitted. That's original. This is a stunning machine. And look at the paint on the side cover, the original factory red paint. And then it gets even better. I've got the original shop manual, which is something kind of hard to find for these, and it's in mint condition. Original factory manual.
Using a 73 Z1 to
yeah.
this is
we got a 73 F11 and a 73 Z1, so it's like a Kawasaki showroom here at the museum today. This is the title. When Dale's dad passed away, he had it put under his name. Just awesome. Title's perfect. And we've got the work order. It's got a brand new battery, brand new spark plug, brand new petcock, brand new fuel line, It's been professionally detailed top to bottom. It's ready to put in the museum right now, exactly the way it is. So, engine tested out at a perfect 140 psi.
It's higher compression than the DT250 came stock.
Yeah, it's a higher compression engine because they wanted to be able to beat the DT, which it is faster than a DT stock. This is one of the only 250s ever made that has a compression release stock from the factory, and that's because it has a high compression piston. So show them the decompression lever, Kenny. It's got brand new gear lube in it. Airbox has a new air filter. Cleaning the air filter's been oiled and cleaned the airbox. The two-stroke oil tank is full. The blood is the pump has been bled. Brand new tires with 18 psi in them. New chain, carb freshly rebuilt and adjusted, and a brand new battery. So, oh, I forgot to mention, we also put a brand new intake manifold on it. You know, the bike's almost 50 years old, so the rubber pieces like the intake manifold, the factory pegs, and the factory tires have all been replaced with brand new. The original factory rubber grips are in mint shape, which is a testimony to how Dale stored this indoor. Dale owns a trucking company. Here's a guy who really knows his bikes. At one point he had a collection of close to 300 classic vintage Japanese bikes. Dale's getting up there in years like me. You know, I think Dale's a few years older than me. I'm 53, and Dale is spending more time traveling and wanted to free up some of his funds, and also wanted to help the museum out. So he was kind enough to give us a great deal on this bike and some of the others, like the XL350 that he had, which was an absolute dime piece, and the CT110 trail bike, and what else did the Eddie Lawson replica, which was a showroom piece. Like I said, all his stuff is top notch, and this is no exception. So good luck bidding on this bike. All the proceeds are going to fund the museum, 100% of the proceeds. So it's going to a good cause. And again, this is not a pickle that was turned back to a cucumber, because they're never the same. This is an original classic survivor. Dale never rode this bike off-road. If you look at the original engine cover down here, I don't see a single ding in it. It's perfectly straight. So usually when they ride them off-road, they all bashed in. The original brake lever is in mint condition, polished aluminum, as is the shifter. So, Kenny, is there anything else you want to add about the bike, or?
I'm just enjoying taking some shots over here with this thing. It's
still has the nubs on the tires. They're brand new.
This is art right here. It's definitely.
I think the bike speaks for itself, and I've done my best to represent it and honor Dale's family tradition of taking care of bikes the way they do. This one for almost 50 years. So good luck bidding on her. Hope to see it at one of our events this summer. And again, if you want to leave this at the museum as long as you wish, we'd love to have it here. I wish we could keep it, but this is a big facility with a lot of overhead, so we can't afford to keep it. So good luck bidding on it. God bless America.